All right, we are live on Tyler Talks Travel Trailers. If you are watching this as a replay, I go live every Sunday, 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's been a lot of fun. We're going on 14 weeks of doing it. I like to go live with all the subscribers that I have, and we basically tour the entire lot of RVs. It also gives them an opportunity to ask me questions. So if you are watching this as a replay, you can see the comments, but usually it takes about 24 hours for those comments to come up. If it's been over 24 hours, just go down to the comment section. There'll be 2 dots, and then you could slide it sideways, and then all of the comments will start to come up. Then you could see what everyone was asking me, the questions they had. And then also, usually it takes about 24 hours for the HD to come up sometimes. So if it is coming through a little blurry, that is why. So we'll wait for some people to come on. I have some people that were gonna ask a lot of questions, and I was gonna show them some RVs. Wait till they get on. But basically every Sunday, 3 p.m. What's going on, Norman? I like to go live and tour the lot. A lot of people come on these lives every week, so I'm gonna repeat myself a lot. I'm also going to show probably some of the same layouts because we are still waiting for a lot of them to come in. So if you are here every week, I apologize that I'm going to be repeating myself, but I usually get about 200 subscribers every week. So even though it's the same stuff, the same things I'm answering, it's still a good refresher for new people out there. Cool, Diane, I'm glad you made it. She's going to have some questions that she wants me to answer and show her some units. She's interested in quite a few, but we will jump on the golf cart now. If you are just jumping on, or this is your first time here, let me know if it's your first live here. It's a lot of fun. Some people come every week. Like I was just saying, I definitely will repeat myself. I might even show some of the same layouts, but I get around 200 subscribers every week. So I like to do this for the new people coming on. And then also you're able to ask me questions about the RVs that I toured this week or last week or whenever. Ooh, it's getting cold. Hopefully the audio is coming through okay. Yeah, it's getting a little bit cold. Like always, we are going to start with like a starting trailer and then work our way up into, of course, a Flagstaff. I'll probably even show you some river stones today, some residential grade fifth wheels. If you're new here, we are a locally owned dealership in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We go by Albuquerque RV, and I'll get into some nice ways you could save money on taxes and stuff like that. So you can see we got a lot of fifth wheels. We got the river stones. We'll start with Catalina, like always. We'll show you a couples coach. And then as we get further down to the Flagstaffs, I'll start to show Diane some of the units she is interested in. I don't have all the ones she sent me a list of last night, but I will show them some of them, the ones we have, as well as some pricing. So we will stop at this one right here. Let's see, plug this in real quick. Oh yeah, we got the golf cart fixed too. So we will have the lights on today, which is nice. Turn you around. This is gonna be a couples coach, 221 MKE. I actually showed you this one last week. I wanted to show you the other one. We'll look at the other one after this because I have shown this one before. This is going to be 5,267 pounds and that messed up, let me know. I had a phone call. So really nice couples coach with one slide out. We always like to start off with the Catalinas because I wouldn't say this is an entry-level trailer because there's definitely really cheap trailers out there. Like your Colemans, your Mallards, mainly those Camping World exclusive brands, or like even Blue Compass. They have like an Aurora. Those are like exclusive brands to them. This is going to be a Coachman Catalina. They've been in business, I think, like 60 years. So it's a pretty solid brand. This is going to be your more traditional stick and tin build. Has one super slide right here. So that whole wall goes out. I believe it's a cable slide. Let me see. Actually, it's a rack and pinion slide system. Maybe we'll talk about slides here today too. But there is benefits to the aluminum sided walls and the fiberglass walls. And I mention it a lot in my videos. What's cool about these metal sided walls is they're not laminated. So they're a hung wall, just like a house. And obviously you can guess why. What's the benefit of not having a laminated wall is you're not going to have delamination. So meaning the walls will separate and they start to get bubbly. You're going to have that potential issue on your fiberglass laminated walls. But you also have the chance of maybe getting hail damage on these. It's also cheaper to fix the side panels on these trailers. You know, you could just remove one piece instead of having to fix the whole wall, you know, if it's fiberglass. We have a serial, someone peeing in the toilet, so we had to we had to put this sign there. I think it was a young kid. I felt bad. I mean, you can't get mad at him. He was at least going to the bathroom. It wasn't like going on himself. So we had to put those signs up in all the trailers. But pretty nice bathroom, plenty of space, decent counter space over here with your undermount sink. This will have GE appliances throughout, so stainless steel appliances, roof mounted AC, all ducted. You got your gas electric fridge. They kind of have phased those out. I kind of shoot myself in the foot because I always talk about how great the 12 volts are. But, you know, these are tried and true, but you do lose a little space with those metal coils in the back. If we go to the one next to us, the one I wanted to show you, we'll check that one out real quick, and then we'll keep moving our way up. I'm still waiting for a lot of surveyors. I really like to show you guys those surveyors because it's a nice step up from this. And then we go into, you know, the Nobos and those trailers. Woo, it's getting cold. I can't complain though. It's so much better than in summer when you guys see me dying out here, sweating. All right, let's back up to this unit. I've never shown you guys this one. It's a pretty nice unit. I actually did do a tour on it this past week, but let's see. So if you have any questions, this is ask me whatever you want. And that's what I do these videos for. I know Diane had a lot of questions. Probably easier to call you or I can answer them here as well, but I'm excited that you were able to get on. All right, so this is going to be, let's see here. This is going to be a 184 RBS. It's going to be 4,690 pounds and 23 feet 6 inches. It's brandy. Did the trailer have an enclosed underbelly? Crammed last night, cut down on my choices. Yeah, you had a lot of choices, Diane. So these will not have enclosed underbellies, but always remember, if like sometimes you got a new sales guy. What's up, Rocket Eric? I'll call you Rocket Eric 6516 in the house. Just remember with RVs, you can get it, you know, modified to how you like it. So sometimes you could save money, you know, maybe buy a trailer like this and start adding that stuff later. Because I think to add tank heaters to a trailer like this, if you wanted heated holding tanks, you can add the tank heaters, and I think like max they might be like $900. It might even be less. I just don't know how much it is for labor and stuff. But just remember, if you buy a trailer out there that you just love the layout, the price is right, it just doesn't have solar, it doesn't have tank heaters, all of these things you can always add. Is Flagstaff going to make a 25-foot no slide? Yes, they are. I'm pretty excited. We're going to be getting one in as soon as it's here. Obviously. I think they're already starting to like produce them and stuff, so we should have one very soon. But this slide out is a little bit smaller, helps with the weight. I really do like the bar stools and like the bar table. Would have liked a bigger window. Something like this, you know, it's down from 34,189 down to 24,995. And just remember, when you see pricing out there, some dealerships will add prep and freight into the price. Some dealerships will hide it in the price so you won't see the prep and freight. So there's different ways that dealerships will price things out. Anytime you get pricing, just always ask for the out the door price. And a lot of you guys ask me, why don't you put pricing? It's because pricing changes drastically every year. Do you know the model number? Yes, I will tell you the model number of this. But pricing changes, you know, every year. Price of metal goes up, fuel to get them here, freight, all that stuff. So that's why I don't do the pricing on my long form tours, because I want to have these videos last for years down the road for people. This is gonna be 184 RBS. Very nice layout, and it does have that Murphy bed. I'm gonna set you down, so if I miss your comment, just re-say it or type it. So Murphy beds are awesome. Just gives you a lot more space right here. And as you guys saw my last video that I did, my long form, I showed you a bunch of different Murphy beds. and like the pros and cons to all of them. So that one does fold. Some people don't care, some people do, but pretty simple to put that down, and then you have storage down below. Very nice trailer. I kind of like that it's a little gloomy out today because it's making the lights pop really good. And then we'll show you the bathroom real quick, and then we will move on. Man, the lot guy had to put a sign on every single toilet. Oh man, we should put up a sign, wanted, whoever is the serial pooper in the trailers. I'm not sure if that's what happened. Yeah, 2 couches. I don't know. At first I was like, I kind of would like the dinette, but the couch there isn't as comfortable as, you know, the theater seating. This will be a Schwintek slide. So if you noticed, actually we'll check, but see how there's a little step up on the slides? The rack and pinion slide systems are the ones that are going to be nice and flush with the floor. Pretty nice. And then they do give you a little table right here that you could set. But I don't know how you would, I don't know what the point of the table is, because it's not like you could set it there with that lip. I got it. Maybe it's for outside. I don't know. But these tanks are usually about 44 gallons on these Catalinas. Can't really remember what the gray and black is. It does have your outside griddle. New name, but here again, RV TB to Basics. Have you been here before? Are you, is it a new YouTube? I have some of your guys' names memorized. So this will have the outside griddle. Pretty cool. Nice cooktop, fridge. Sometimes these fridges aren't 12 volts. So just keep that in mind when you're out looking at RVs. If it has the outside fridge, it would be awesome to get one, you know, that is 12 volt, because many times before, formerly oh, there you are. Yeah, of course. I know you. Happy Monarch. Some of these are not 12 volt. So keep an eye out for that, because then you'd only be able to use it when you're plugged in, which isn't like a terrible thing, but it'd be cool if it was 12 volts. So keep an eye out for that on your outdoor kitchens. You should have kept Happy Monarch hidden, and then you could have just trolled me the whole time on the live. Your undercover, your alias. So pretty nice layout. It sits really high. It looks like your leaf springs are on top of the axle. So it's very easy to flip the axles on these and then throw a lift on it. So this is a good way for me to show you guys, since it sits so high. See how all your tanks are exposed? It kind of seems like they are. Definitely on the like couples coaches, but like the bunk rooms, they always tend to have outdoor kitchens. You know what I think they're doing it for is they're trying to save money, you know? Always trying to cut costs. I don't know, maybe. I'm just theorizing. But see how all your tanks are exposed. So that's what you're meaning. Like when people say extended season, this is what they mean. You could potentially have your tanks freeze. There is no TV in the, well, let's check. I don't think so. Like all of these trailers I'm showing you, even though they're not extended season, it will still have such a good heater that you're going to be pretty much warm in most places. It's not necessarily that you can't handle the cold. So you got your mount, that's where you would put the TV. But this is a nice price point to start with, and you'll see how much it goes up as we go and build quality, construction, all that good stuff. Show you the model number one more time, 184 RBS. You got your power awning, LED lights, and Diane, since you're kind of new to all of this stuff, it seems like if you're looking at a trailer, you'll always open the compartment, and then you'll notice it's all wood framed. So see how it's all wood framed out? This is just your standard traditional stick and tin build. And I always tell everyone on here, there's no wrong trailer to buy. It's all about how you're going to use it, how often you're going to use it, where you're going to use it. You know, if you're going to be going full time in this thing, you might want the extra appliances, all the fancy features and options. All right, let's go to the next one. I'm just shooting from the hip today. I don't even know which ones we're going to go to. I really want some surveyors though, because I've pretty much showed you most of them, but we'll go look at one. All right, so we're going to keep working our way up into Flagstaff, and I finally got the 25 MBR out. Not sure about it, but are there stick and tin units with the smooth side that look like the laminated units? Yeah, actually, let me show you one real quick. That's why it's always good to open the compartments, because you know, you'll see a fiberglass trailer and assume that it's, you know, aluminum framed. So for instance, I showed this one last week. It's just a bunkhouse, but really cool that they're doing this. So on this Microlite 25 FBRS, yeah, we will look at one of those, Diane. What's going on, Joe? Glad you made it. So see, this is a fiberglass trailer, but if we look in here, watch me be wrong. See how it's still wood framed? So it's still a wood framed trailer that is fiberglass on the outside. So just open the compartments, make sure, see, and then also ask if it's 6-side aluminum frame, because sometimes they'll say it's aluminum framed and then it's mixed with wood. All right, we're making friends on here, huh? That's cool. My last live went crazy. It's starting to gain traction. Like, I think the first ones I did got like 200 views. This one's already over 2,000. But like YouTube it's sent it out to 290,000 people. And I think about that and I'm like, holy smokes, that makes like, I got a booger in my nose, or is my hair combed right? I'm like, that's a lot of people watching. That's scary. I don't like that. I kind of like this small crowd here because then I can answer your questions. If it gets crazy, that's gonna suck. End up having too many people on here, I can't answer the questions. So if you're on here in the beginning, it's nice because you can ask questions. Might get a little hard in the future. All right, let's see what we got. Turn you around. Look, see the emblem now? I appreciate it. Man, the first time I did it though, I was nervous. Look at this gluey weather is making the lights glow. I think it looks good. See your LED lights up top and your outdoor speakers. So now that we came from a Catalina to a Surveyor, it's a pretty big step up, but it's a nice step up. So now we're on fiberglass. And if we come over here and look underneath, you are going to see all that aluminum framing. So nice welded aluminum. It's gonna be lighter. I like to think it's maybe a little bit stronger. Sometimes the wood is nice too, because it kind of has some give to it. You know, these are rolling down the road. They like to say it's a tornado, hurricane, everything going at once with all the stress. So like that Catalina fiberglass trailer I showed you is a little bit different. So that was a good thing to show you. So that fiberglass trailer down there that I showed you actually has wood behind the wall. So it's called Luon. When you move up to these levels of trailers, you'll start to get that composite wall, which is basically a waterproof material that is right behind that fiberglass. So a nice barrier to potentially help with delamination. So this will be a 202 RBLE. I actually showed you this one before. Let me set you down real quick. Sorry guys, I need to tie my shoe. I'm gonna trip. What's going on, James? Glad you made it. All right, so this is gonna have that front north-south queen size bed. And Diane, sometimes, you know, these RVs, they'll actually have a 60 by 74 queen. So it's not like a true queen. They call it RV queens. Not sure how tall you are or if it's a big deal. But basically, the mattress is gonna be 6 inches shorter. But you can still get mattresses that are made for RVs, so it's not a super big deal. Just keep that in mind. Really nice floor plan. Again, those of you that come every week, I'm sorry I show the same units. I get about 200 subscribers every week, so I like to do these for the newcomers. 5'4". Oh yeah, you'll be fine on every bed. The showers too are very tight. Does Albuquerque RV offer service plan? I mean, like the preventative maintenance on a schedule. Yeah, we have a full service shop. Hey Mike, you made it. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, so we have a full service shop, and they're all certified techs. So you know, whatever you need done, we can do it all here. You got your theater seating, and now you could see that nice flush rack and pinion slide system. Ooh, got a runny nose. Man, the lights look awesome tonight with the gloomy weather. If any of you are new here on the live, let me know, because it keeps me going each Sunday. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I should do it because I said the same thing last week. So really nice unit. Let me tell you the length and weight real quick. This can be 5,277 pounds and 25 feet 1 inch. So nice length. And we will be getting to the Flagstaff 22 FBS for you, Diane. I'm just kind of working my way up. This is kind of good for you too, because then you can kind of see the levels of the trailer. Really nice layout. The toilet is a little bit tighter. I mean, if you are bigger, let me sit down on it so you can see. Yeah, it's not bad. Oh God. You know, it's not terrible. I'm more of someone that doesn't mind a smaller bathroom and having more floor space. Do you have the 19.6 with the beast mode? Is that the one with the Murphy bed? If it is, I do have it. It just sucks because I won't be able to plug it in because they parked it weird. So now another thing you can consider if you're buying a trailer, are you going to be camping in cold weather or hot weather or just normal weather, not freezing temps? If you are, this is going to be the heated holding tank. So it'll have 12-volt heat pads on the tanks. So that way it will hold, you know, you won't freeze anything or crack anything. Man, I'm drawing blanks. There's your readings. Pretty good size shower. Usually you have about 6 feet, 6 inches of interior height on these showers. But overall, nice unit. And your price on this, you're looking at $54.56. You get a little over 12 grand in discounts, and $37,995 is the one with the big breakfast bar. Oh yeah, with the taco stand. Is that the one with the taco stand or the front kitchen? I'll just show you a bunch of them because we're getting a lot of them in right now. The tough thing is in December, the factories like Forest River, oh, turn it around. They actually closed the factory down for like a month. So I know some of you guys have reached out to me to order units. It usually takes about 8 weeks to get a unit in, but if you're ordering now, it does take a little bit longer and then they get flooded. So the sooner you do it, the better. That way you can have it before the summer season, because they do close the entire factory for like a month. Pretty nice. All right. Let's see what we got over here. Now we will look at a Nobo. Come over here. Woo, it's a little cold out today. All right. I want to show you the 25 MBR too. A lot of you guys, did you get the 21 SRB? No, none of those yet. I think what they're doing is they're waiting like right for like December to come, so then they're not sitting here forever. But I will have a ton of units to show you very soon. Just keep coming to these, supporting the cause. Let's see what this one is. Because this is definitely not the breakfast table. 18.2, let's see what this one is over here. So we got the 18.2, bunch of them. We even have the bigger ones. 19.2, dang, I don't think we have the one that, I know which one you're, oh yeah, I sold it the first day I got here. The SRB looks neat with the Murphy bed that comes down over the dinette. Yeah, I'm pretty interested. I think the dinette is in the front too. I've never seen anything like that before. So now we'll come up to another floor plan right here. This is gonna be very similar to the last one. So I always like to show you guys these because you'll notice there's so many layouts that are basically the same. It just depends on what you're gonna need, what you're gonna use it for, all that good stuff. Maybe we'll look at some fifth wheels today too. So if you're new here, this is the No Boundaries. You have a couple options of ways you can order this. You can order it as the C series, or you can order it with the Beast Mode package. And those of you that are here every week, I'm not gonna say the same analogy, but basically, if you might not, do you RV yourself? I go backpacking. I go deep in the woods. I like to go hiking. I have a pop-up, which is freaking ridiculous because I don't have a car to tow it with, or a truck. So I don't know. I bought it because it was a good deal, and then guess what? The guy gave me the wrong title, so I can't even resell it. It sucks. So this is the Beast Mode package. It's got that independent suspension, not torsion, but see how there's no axle in the middle? So if you're going off on super rugged terrain, you're not gonna hit like a boulder or anything because there's no axle there. And I always tell people, think about the kind of camping that you're gonna do, because this kind of system might be overkill for you in the long run, because like I told you guys last week, you know, these bigger tires might not have, you're gonna get worse fuel mileage, not as good fuel mileage. It might be a little more bouncy, a little bit more noisy versus that road tire. I'd be tempted to get the Beast Mode package just for the suspension. Yeah, exactly. What I really like about the Beast Mode package too is they don't want you using a weight distribution hitch with these trailers if it has the Beast Mode, because it has active load leveling. I don't know the science behind it. I really need the rep to tell me how it actually works, but Basically, you're not going to have to worry about using those big old weight distribution bars and stuff like that. So I think that's a huge plus. But, you know, the road tire, you're going to get better fuel mileage, kind of like this Winnebago over here. Better fuel mileage, might be not as noisy and bounce around as much. So just really think about the type of camping that you're going to do. For me, I like to go crazy off-road and get deep into the woods. So this would be a cool setup for me. Also like that dovetail right there, whereas most trailers, you know, they're nice and flat in the back. So, you know, when you go down a deep incline, come up, you start scraping all of your plumbing and your jacks and stuff. So that's a nice little touch on both sides. You have that. I would need to hear that explanation. Maybe you could get your reps on the live. Yeah, I always call him. I've called him twice and I say, how does it work? Or I say, are you sure that you don't need a weight distribution hitch? And he says, yes. And I don't know why I don't say, how does it work? But I will find out for you guys. Once we get the reps coming, because they come out and do training and stuff, I'll do a live, or not a live, but like a video with them to kind of go more in depth, because these trailers have so much to them. I don't even know how I remember what I remember. But nice layout right here. Let's see what the length is on this. This is going to be 4,415 pounds and 24 feet 2 inches. Because, you know, these beast mode, he says that it doesn't need the weight distribution hitch, but these bigger ones, you know, that are like 32 feet, I wonder if there's like a caveat to that, but he didn't tell us there was. And you can go on to forums and see people saying that, but they said that there's like a way you could maybe damage the frame or something with the weight distribution, but I don't know what's true or not, so I'm gonna have to figure that out, do some detective work for you guys. Nice open floor plan. Another thing you can consider, Diane, if you want, you know, a dividing wall or not. Some people get a little claustrophobic, you know, with that wall there. Most people like a kind of more open floor concept. This will have the Schwintek slide. Nice long couch. Those ones do not recline, but it does turn into a bed. And as we move up, you know, the cabinetry is going to get fancier. Your countertops are going to get fancier. You're also going to get solar. So on this, you're getting 200 watts of solar and the 1800 watt inverter. Or no, I'm sorry, 400 watts of solar and 2000 watt inverter on this unit. So once we go outside, I'll show you what other options you can order. I did mention this, so I'm probably shooting myself on the foot on these units, but I like to give you guys what I'm hearing from the factory. But basically, they got rid of this sink because they were having recalls on this little spout right here to where it was having some leaks. So I haven't had one single customer bring one in with that issue, but that is why they got rid of this sweet sink. I feel like I would still go with it. I like it. You got your trays right here if you want to rinse off some vegetables. You have your cutting board right here that goes on top as well, kind of conserve water. But what they did replace that with is my best selling Flagstaff is probably going to be the 22 FBS. That thing, I think that is their #1 selling Flagstaff microlight. But they all sell really good. The 25 MBR this year has been selling within like 2 weeks of getting it. So I'll show you that one too. So you got some nice storage here. Yeah, I didn't get to do as many long form tours this week. I'm waiting for some more units to come in, and I'm also trying to get my Instagram to kind of, you know, work on that as well to get people back and forth. So if you do have an Instagram, just type in Tyler Talks Travel Trailers. I'm going to be trying to do a lot more stuff there as well. Yeah, this bathroom has a ton of storage. It's really nice. This will have your tank heaters, of course, and then the solar 10 cubic foot, 12 volt refrigerator. See, they're a lot deeper than that Catalina I showed you. These are going to have a PVC roof, and some will have TPO. I don't think you need to worry too much about one or the other anymore. Yeah, R-Pod, they actually used to do the beast mode style suspension on the R-Pod, but they no longer offer it anymore. So it's just on the Ibex and the Nobo. So those are the same trailers. Basically, there'll be a group of trailers that fall under one company or one umbrella. It's going to be Surveyor, No Boundaries, Ibex, the Unmapped, and R-Pod. So those 5 trailers. There's your price on this. This is a 25 model. And if you are, just would worry about the depth of the shower. Yeah, I'm working on some muscles. I'm gonna get buff by next summer. You guys won't even recognize me. So nice little layout. Pretty cool, north-south facing queen. 60 by 80 true queen. When you get to the bigger Nobos, it will be a ducted AC. These do make a little bit more noise than the ducted, but it's table muscle. Oh man, I'm gonna be getting that for Thanksgiving, Turkey Day. Here in New Mexico, we have tamales, pozole. We do some weird stuff. We put red chili on our turkey. It's crazy. People look at us like we're nuts. So nice layout right there. Now let's go look at some micro lights. My favorite. They need to send me to the factory already. At least give me a t-shirt or a hat. Man, I talk about them enough. Ugh, dang. Whew. All right. They'll send me someday, hopefully. If I do go, I'll make sure to do a whole video while I'm going through the plant. That would be awesome. Are any of the units reconditioned, new units that come from the Southwest? Or I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. I did actually hear, like the market last year was so crazy. Like they made so many trailers take Forest River and tell them to do the RK version. Yeah, that would be awesome. I did hear that like Grand Design, they made so many, like they made so many, they weren't selling enough, and they had an overflow of stock, and so they were putting like older, like 2024 chassis on 2025 boxes or something crazy. Like they just had way too many that they built, so they were like reusing the frames that they didn't use or something. I don't know. I need to figure out about that too. I'm probably making something up. I shouldn't say something like that. So this is going to be one of my favorite layouts, and probably, let's see, the one that sells the most this year. I'll show you the 30-foot layout of this after this, just so you can see the difference. This layout is perfect. I love it. There is one thing that people don't tend to like, but it's not like a super big deal to me. 25 MBR Flagstaff micro light. Let's check it out. All right, this one is going to be 6,265 pounds and 25 feet 10 inches. Let's see what the cargo is. 1,400 pounds of cargo is what you can load this with, which is a lot. So this will have 2 slide outs, one in the front kitchen. I love front kitchens. Sometimes you do lose a little outside storage on them, like I've shown you guys. yeah, that's true. Sitting in the kitchen all the time. I do like the L-shaped countertop though, because you can use it for prep space too. It's not like a dinette that's just taking up space when you're not using it. So you kind of utilize the space however you feel like you need to. Once we get up to the Flagstaff Microlight, we are getting into real, true aluminum framing, and I'll show you. You're getting real wood cabinetry, solid surface countertops, and I'll show you the aluminum framing. But pretty nice pantry area right here. Yeah, this kitchen is awesome. I love food, so any RV that has a big kitchen, I'm a total fan of. And then in your Flagstaffs, you're going to be getting all Magic Chef appliances throughout. Can you show the exterior storage of the unit, please? Yes, Michael, I will, because front kitchens, you tend to lose a little bit of outside storage. There's always give and takes to RVs. I love this layout so much. I think I would, I'd make it work and probably use my truck bed. But some people bring a lot of stuff along, and I'll show you the outside storage because it might not work for you. So you got your theater seating right here with your 10 cubic foot, 12 volt refrigerator and the bottom drawer right there. Man, such a nice layout. Nice big TV. It's so close to being centered in front of the theater seating. Just a little off-centered. This will have 2 air conditioners. I will tell you guys, if you live... Thank you. We'll see you next time. Maybe on your other alias. So anytime you get one with 2 bedrooms, definitely make sure you get that second air conditioner. If you live in a place like where I live, when I'm doing these tours and it's middle of summertime, I can usually only get it down to about 75 degrees, and I'm leaving it on all day. So just keep that in mind, you know, because you can buy these stripped down with one air conditioner. Like you can go places closer to the factory where they just strip them completely down and advertise them extremely cheap. But then you go and look at it, and it doesn't have the solar. It might only have one air conditioner. It doesn't have the tank heaters, all that stuff. So just always ask them what the options list is, because if you want to save a little money by not having an air conditioner, you're going to be miserable if you go into like states that are hot. So really nice queen size bed. I don't think you can get a king on this. I think you could just do it on the 862 MBR. I'll do the 826 MBR, and then we'll do the 22 FBRS after that. So it might be too small to do a king bed, but which isn't bad because it gives you a little more space to walk around. Decent size cabinetry right there. This is going to be the only Flagstaff microlight that does offer that washer dryer prep. And I don't know too much about the combo. I remember I used one in college, and it does take a little bit longer for, you know, to dry your clothes. If any of you guys have used one of those, let me know. They might have gotten better, but just keep in mind it's going to be a little smaller. It takes a little bit longer for your clothes to maybe dry. Porcelain toilet. You got that race car underglow on your sink, and decent amount of counter space out there. Yeah. You got your linen storage. Small little details like I always show you guys in my long form tours. You got the magnets instead of the rolly pins. Nice raised beveled edge, hidden hinges. Just going to hold up a lot better. And like I told you guys in my long form, they used galvanized steel behind the cabinetry to actually hang it. If you want to see a really good, man, I can't remember his last name. Our rep actually did a good video of the galvanized steel. I'll try to get that for you guys so you can see it. And he shows the strength of the galvanized steel versus the aluminum. So you got your shower miser right here. If you like to dry camp, basically it'll circulate the water through the lines. And then once it's hot, you'll know it's hot because it'll turn gray right there. Then it'll spit it out, and then you're kind of conserving water. These are going to have 54-gallon fresh water tanks. This unit will have 2 gray tanks to kind of distribute that weight evenly. So there'll be one for the kitchen and one in the back. But if we lift this is going to be your outside storage, but I'll also show you outside just so you can see it. But that's your storage basically. But the reason I lifted this is because when you're looking at trailers, we'll go in a bit to a surveyor. When you lift a bed, every other company is going to just be a thin sheet of wood. Now, I've had people crack their dinettes, not really their beds, but all of their trailers are going to be 6-side aluminum framed, including the bunks, the dinettes, everything. So just a little better build quality. They like to do a lot of things that you can't really see. That's why I like Flagstaff. You know, a lot of these companies, they'll make their trailers so nice and fancy, but then it gets cheap on the parts that you can't see. So, and then if it looks cheap, imagine how cheap it is where you can't see. That's when it gets real scary. So factory fresh 2026, just got here about a week ago. 50,495 down to 42,995. And we do have what's called the Sunshine Law. I know, Diane, you're kind of considering ordering one here. You can get our sales tax without having a physical address here. So it's going to be 4% sales tax here, whereas most states you're going to have, you know, a base tax maybe of like 6.2%, and then you have city and county multipliers, kind of like Arizona, where it gets up to 11.9% after those multipliers. So you're going to get a 4% tax just straight, and then you're also going to be able to re-register this unit here every single year. It is linked to your physical address, so there's no issues with insurance or anything like that. To register something like this, it's probably like 35 to 50 bucks a year to re-register it, versus some places like Colorado, it's 600, 800 bucks. They'll mail you a little form, and then you just re-register it. So you're going to save thousands on the initial taxes, but you're also going to save money long down the road as well, just re-registering it. So keep that in mind. And like I said, we can special order you any unit. Usually takes about 8 weeks. Let's check out this outside storage. One thing I like about the Flagstaff tank heaters is they're smart tank heaters. So they will go on automatically and off automatically, whereas the other trailers I showed you, you have to do it, you know, turn it on and off yourself. So electric tongue jack, 30-pound propane tanks. And see, this is going to be what I see in a lot of front kitchens. You do lose that pass-through storage. See, so you got a Magic Chef fridge. I mean, it's cool and all. It's cool, but I mean, I don't know. You do lose that pass-through storage because of the front kitchen. If you want to get a front kitchen, if you love the front kitchen, I think it's called the 25 FKBS. It's a front kitchen that Flagstaff makes, and it has pass-through storage through the entire back of the trailer. It is so cool. So they do make some front kitchens that will give you a lot of storage, but don't get too caught up of like the front kitchen. If you fall in love with it, just keep that in the back of your head. Make sure it has that outside storage, because like on this unit, we're still not getting too much storage. So that is your storage right there. And if you want to see the long form tour, I measured this out as well. So I've done a really in-depth tour on this. That will be your storage. And then this will be some storage you have. So that is kind of limited. But like I said, I love this layout so much that I'd probably live with it. One thing I wanted to show you too, Diane, because you did have this one on your list, but I think you said it might have been a little bit too heavy or too big. This is something you might want to consider, is travel mode. Like when you're going down the road, what can you access and what can't you access? When this bed is in, you can't get to the bathroom. You'll have to like roll over the bed, which kind of seems like might not be too smart, because you don't want to put too much stress on that bed. But I have had people that buy this and they just roll over the bed. So if travel mode is important to you, this one is a little hard for the bathroom, but you can access everything else. Let's go look at the 22 FBS, and I'm going to explain the differences to Diane because she's interested in that one, and the 21 FBRS, which are very similar. There's just some small differences. Let's see what we got over here. All right, I still love that layout. That layout is really nice. And then she also has the 22 SQS. You could just buy them all, Diane. Just rent them out. Airbnb them. And then just whenever you want to use a different layout, you could just use that one. Just get the whole microlight lineup. Let's see. That's not it. Here we go. I like this layout a lot. It's going to be an open floor concept, so no dividing wall. So the last one I showed you was 25 feet 10 inches total. I think this one's going to be like right around 23 feet 10 inches. You get that very nice pass-through storage. Could also be the drunk tank. If the crazy uncle gets crazy, you could just lock him in there. So this is going to be the 22 FBS. You are looking at 5,224 pounds and 23 feet 10 inches with 1,500 pounds of cargo. If you're limited on your weight, Diane, you would probably only put about 600 to 800 pounds of cargo on this. So always, you know, when you're looking at the GVWR, see what the cargo weight is, because sometimes they give you so much cargo capacity that you're checking one off the list that you love, and you could really tow it. So, I think I did show, we'll go check it before I go to the next one. I'll show you the price. So the difference between the 21 FBRS and this one is your slide is going to be like half the size. So the slide isn't as deep. You're also not going to get theater seating. You actually get like a sofa that folds out like a futon. So you do not get the theater seating. It's about a foot shorter, so you do lose the fireplace. And I'll show you that real quick. I really like this little workstation right here. So you can get all nice and toasty, turn this fire on, get some work done on this little table right here. So you do lose the fireplace, you do lose some counter space, and I believe it's going to be an RV queen on that one, and this is going to be a 60 by 80 queen. So you do get a deeper slide. You also, your AC will be ducted as well, so that's not a big difference. And then you're your bathroom will be the exact same. So it's very identical. But if you want the theater seating, you have to go with this one, which I love the theater seating. I'm more of a fan of the theater seating. If you're wanting to just kick back after hiking or out on the town, it's just a little more comfy versus the other one. It's kind of more stiff. And then there's a table in the middle. I have done a video on it. If you go, just type in Tyler Talks Travel Trailers, Flagstaff Microlight 21 FBRS. I think I've done like 3 tours on it. Bathroom shouldn't be an issue for you because you said you're 5'4". But for bigger people out there, this toilet is a little bit tighter. So let me show you. First time on your live chat, you do. Thank you so much. I love to hear when there's new people on here because I have people that come every week and I feel bad because I repeat myself and I show a lot of the same trailers, but I'm getting like 200 subscribers a week. So I like to do these for you guys, but see how this is just a little bit tighter. I don't think it's gonna be an issue for you. Like I said, I am 5'7". This is the 22 FBS. So if you go to my YouTube and type in 21 FBRS, you'll be able to see the differences. Mainly it's just the depth of the slide and the theater seating and the fireplace. And it's gonna be a foot shorter. So it will be a little lighter too, because the slide isn't as big and it being that like a foot shorter. So not terrible. Like I told you guys earlier, I'm more of a fan that to have, you know, more living space than a bathroom, even though I do sit in the bathroom forever. After I do my run, I just sit in the bathroom. So 10 cubic foot, 12 volt refrigerator. She has a lot of units on her list. She's looking at some great options too. Oh, and you did ask, Diane, can you do road tires with the beast mode? You can. But what I think would be smart for you, if you think you're going to be going like rock crawling in your trailer, then it'd be a good option. But for the most part, I feel like the beast mode isn't for everyone just because it's overkill. So you can buy the C series. So on the beast mode package, you'll get 400 watts of solar and 2000 watt inverter. And the suspension, if you get the C series package, you're basically going to get 200 watts of solar and an inverter prep. That's what you lose. So you lose 200 watts of solar and the inverter. And then you also lose the suspension, but you're still getting that interior if you really like it. I'm more of a fan of, if I had to pick my favorite, I'd pick a Flagstaff over a Nobo, just because I really like the quality of construction. You have solid surface countertops throughout. You have real wood cabinetry like I showed you. On the 21 FBS, you're not going to get this many drawers either. So I do love drawers. Those of you that have owned a trailer, you know they do not give you enough drawers. You even got soft close. Look at that. Woo! That's funky. Look at that. Why couldn't they bring it all the way down here? Must have been a Friday or a Monday. But really nice unit. And I think it's plenty of solar. You get 200 watts of solar and an 1800 watt inverter. Let's go. Let me show you the price. $45,444. You get a little over $6,000 in discounts down to $38,995. And if you see one out there, you know, that's more or less, if you get the buyer's order, we will usually try to get you to where you come here because you are a customer. There's a gremlin right there. She's going to be so excited. She's going to see herself on the live later. I put him on last week and she said, my manager said she went home and watched the entire video just trying to find herself. She's going to be a superstar. All right, let's go to the MB. Oh yeah, let me show you the price of the MBR and then we'll go to the 30-foot version so you guys could see if you like that one more than this. I like the 25 MBR a lot more. So we're gonna walk through this real quick just so that way you could see the layout to compare it to the next one because it's the same layout basically, just some small differences. So 50,495, little over almost $7,000 in discounts, and then 42,995. Now, always call me first if you see one out there. We want your business, especially if you're out of state. You are people that would have never bought from us probably without the YouTube. So, you know, gaining you guys as a customer is huge. We'll do whatever it takes. So see this? See the bathroom? This is where you're going to see changes on the 826 MBR. Pretty nice, huh? All right, let's turn around. Well, actually, let's look at the wardrobe and everything too, because that's going to change. It should. All right. Let's go look at the 826 MBR, baby. Again, if you are new here, I do this every Sunday, 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I usually do a tour every day, starting Wednesday to Sunday. This week, I've been trying to work on my Instagram just to kind of build that up. A lot of these reviewers, they have like full teams to help them. So it's a lot of work for me on top of selling. So that's what I'm working on right now is my Instagram. So if you have an Instagram and you want to support, go to Tyler Talks Travel Trailers on there. I'm going to try to post more and more there as well. Maybe do some different type of content. And Diane, if you have anything else you want to see too, just let me know. I will show you some more microlights though after this. So turn you around. So we got Flagstaff E-Pro, you got Flagstaff Superlight, or no, Flagstaff E-Pro, Microlight, Superlight, and then you have the Classic. The Classic, basically you gain higher interior ceilings and you also get the awning cover, like the weather shield, and you also get, that's basically it. That's why I like Flagstaff, because it doesn't matter which one you go with, it'll be the same quality. Ooh, okay, so let's plug this bad boy in. Let me know if you're new here. Give a shout out from where you're from. A long drive from Minnesota, but your pricing is a lot lower than here. Oh, that's good. I can help you more too. I'll take care of you guys. The YouTube family discount. It's gonna be a real thing here. So 826 MBR, we'll see the differences in this unit. So the last one was 25 feet, 10 inches. Now, if we go to the Classic, we are going to be at 29 feet, 11 inches. So that is important because you'll still be able to go to national parks because you can show them that sticker and tell them I'm under 30. And then 7,800 pounds dry. Also, there will be a link down below in the description if you think I deserve it or if you get any benefit out of my videos to leave a review for the dealership and I. There'll be a link, or you can just type in Albuquerque RV, which is the city, the hardest city ever to spell. But if you could, definitely leave a review. It helps me a lot. And it also, shows the owner of Albuquerque RV that, this is helping. So she'll allow me to continue to keep doing this. So see some differences, pretty much the same, a little more counter space. I got really lucky with this dealership. They kind of gave me just free range to express myself how I want, which is good. Didn't try to control me. I started this channel 5 years ago and I did my first video, 6 years ago. And I worked at another dealership and the owner of the dealership said he didn't want me doing YouTube videos. Man, do you know where I'd be if I could have been doing it for the whole 6 years? This has only been a year. So then I came to another dealership and they tried to control my creative freedom. And I left, came here, and they allowed me to just go freely as long as I'm respectful and everything, of course. So it's been a lot of fun seeing this thing grow. But not a lot of changes. This is going to be a 2024. So your fridge will be the gas electric, which isn't bad. Some people like that wood like covering on it. I'll show you the price too, because this thing is discounted a lot. If you're wanting a good price on an MBR, this is brand spanking new 2024, and there is no changes from the 26 to the 24 other than you lose the griddle outside on the 26, which is dumb, and you also get the 12-volt fridge on the 26. Your lights aren't as cool on this one either. It's kind of like those rounded lights versus the touch. Now, as we come into the master bedroom, a little bit more cabinetry in here. The bedroom is a little bit longer. Lots of drawers. Pretty nice. Dang, that's nice. The interior ceilings do make a big difference. It feels like a fifth wheel in here. So you are getting a king bed on this. You can order it with the queen if you want. Reading lights above. As we move our way back, let's see if this has washer dryer prep. No washer dryer prep. Uh-oh. Audio is out. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Yes, awesome, cool. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you guys. That freaks me out. Yeah, the measurements is overkill. I bet you a lot of the other YouTubers are like, what the heck is he doing? If you guys like it, I'm going to continue to do it. You guys control what I do on this channel. And whoa, look at that. See, dual vanity, dual sink. That's what you get on this one. So see what I'm saying? I don't know. I like the 25 MBR because what the heck? I don't need two sinks. I mean, my girlfriend probably wants two sinks. But dang, this one's got two warning labels on here. Maybe you go to the bathroom and it knocks the price down 20%. So pretty nice stainless steel sinks, plenty of mirrors. Check out that hairdo. Yeah, my long form tours, everyone is going to have to start measuring everything out because everyone's going to start commenting on other YouTubers' channel. Can you measure everything? You got your porcelain throne right there. Lots of floor space too. Like this is great. Look at this. Oh, shoot. Rip the paper. So you got your storage up here. Woo! 38 people. Look at that. This thing is growing. Let's go. So big shower right here. Got the seat. I'll show you the price too. This thing is discounted a lot. So let me know which one you guys like more. The 25 MBR. You like this one? It's pretty nice, Joe. If you like the bigger bed. Okay, cool. Scared me. All right. Hit that like button, hit that little thumbs up thing because that will keep pushing these videos out to more people. Let them know where to come if they want that in-depth tours. So, I think I showed you that 26 MBR was 45. Am I right? Look at this one, what this one is. Look how much is discounted. 70 down to $49,995. Almost $20,000 in discounts. Yeah. But if we go outside, let's check out the storage again. I like the layout so much. Ooh, I like these chairs too. These look a little more sturdy than the other ones. Pretty nice. Let's go outside real quick. Oh yeah, I forgot you have a GMC Canyon. That might be a little hard because the front kitchens always have a pretty high tongue weight. Let's see what the cargo is on this. 2,000 pounds. 2,000 pounds. So this is a perfect example of like, you are not going to put 2,000 pounds of cargo. So if you look at it normally, it would be 9,801 pounds of GVWR for your GVWR. You're not going to hit 9,800 pounds. You're not. So on max, I think you'd put 1,000 pounds. Florida in the house. Thank you, Jennifer. You'd probably put 1,000 pounds in this. So you'd be at 8,800. So if you're close, always check that cargo because you're probably not going to put that much weight. See the storage. You did get the fridge on the other one. The heck is that? So there's no fridge right there. You do get auto level on this, where on the MBR you don't. The 25 MBR. You will get auto level on the super lights though. So you got your auto level. What's this? Oh, this is probably a fridge. It's the Hot Point fridge. And you will get the griddle because it is a 24. Really nice. Wrap around over here. 2 slide outs, and then again, this is your storage. Again, if you get any benefit out of my videos, there'll be a link down below in the description, or you could type in Albuquerque RV on Google. If you could leave a 5-star review, you have no idea how much it helps me continue to be able to do this channel, because it shows the owner that this is working. We're getting out to customers. So if you have the time, it would make my day. Let's see. So we'll look at a different one. I like them both, but prefer the walk-through bath. I like more separation between bedroom. Whoa! Oh, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Thank you. I wish I could send something back. Really appreciate that. That is so kind of you. Thank you. All right. If you do a 5-star review, that's just as crazy. Makes my day. Let me show you a microlight if Diane is still here. Another one. Oh, you wanted to see the 25 BSDS also. I know that one was on your list. I think you had every microlight on your list. Sometimes you might be able to see them. You kind of sometimes have to swipe to the side and you could see other comments. Thank you for the donation. So kind of you. It's crazy to me. Yeah, that one's too big for you. Check out we'll look at the 25 BSDS because like I said, that one is on your list of ones that you potentially want to buy. What kind of tow vehicle do you have, Diane? Then I could kind of tell you what you're looking at, if it's overkill or not. She reached out to us yesterday, literally just called the dealership, said, can I have Tyler's personal cell phone number? And I have no issues with that at all. So now she has my number. If she ever has questions, she can contact me. So if that's what you want to do too, just call the dealership and say a Tahoe 7.3. I don't know for sure what the tow rating is on that. But if you want my personal cell phone number, just call in. I already told her receptionist if people call in to ask for my personal number, just give it to you guys so you can have me at your disposal if you need any help. The 302 yet? I do not. Which one is, why am I drawing a blank on which one that is? Okay, so 25 BSDS. It's got the outdoor kitchen, woo boy. And you have your stovetop. So this is more for like pots and pans. And then you do get the griddle that hooks on right here. Oh, the no slide. No, we haven't gotten that one in yet. We have the 30 FKT, but I think you've already seen that one. This will be a 2025, so you will get that outside griddle, whereas on the 26 you won't. Oh, thank you, Norman. That's awesome. I appreciate it. I'll take my girlfriend out to ice cream. So kind of you guys. I appreciate it. You do not need to do that. So 25 BSDS. Look at how cool the lights look at night, like now that it's not so bright. Look at that. Isn't that cool? All right. 25 BSDS. We got 25 feet 10 inches and 5,900 pounds dry. I love that I'm able to put the lights on for you this time. Last week, if you weren't here, I couldn't put the lights on the golf cart. Look at that. You got your rack and pinion slide system on with this one. Diane, this one will not be very good for travel mode if that's important to you, because when the slide is in, it will come to the counter space. So you won't be able to get to the fridge, the countertops, or the bathroom, but you will be able to get to the bedroom. I will say though, that because it's a rack and pinion slide system, so it's flush with the floor, you can put that slide system out partially. If it's a Schwintek slide, you cannot put it out partially. You have to either put it all the way out or all the way in, because it'll get off-centered or all wonky. But really nice layout. Oh, she also liked the 22 SQS. I'm kind of happy you had a long list, because it gave me things to show tonight. She's looking at all of the best layouts, for sure. Again, real wood cabinetry. Solid surface countertops. This is gonna be 25. Did I show you the length? I did. I think I showed you the length. If not, we'll show you again. I like this one a lot because of the storage you get in this bathroom. Watch, I'll show you. And I'm happy with the counter space. Usually you don't get a lot of counter space in these smaller couples RVs. Nice bathroom right there. Turn you around nice and slow. Whew, okay. If you're new here, leave a comment, let me know. Good, I'm glad. I wanted to call you and just go through it with you, but I was like, the live might be the best, because then you could see stuff. How cool is technology nowadays? Look at all this storage. She called me with a bunch of options. She doesn't live in the state. She's out of state. She gave me a list, and I got ready today, and I'm able to show her all of the units she likes from the comfort of her house, and she doesn't have to deal with a scummy salesman. But she can look at all the layouts from the comfort of her house. That is why I started these lives, to help you guys. In the summertime, I'm sweating. So this is going to be your bedroom. Turn the lights on real quick. So all of your microlights will have that front windshield. So you can, but there's covers for those as well. So if you wanted to buy a cover, there's protectors for that. And then you have entrances on both sides. And it will have one slide out. This will be the 25 BSDS. B like boy, S like Sam, D like dog. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate it. Just keep reaching out to me. Call me, text me, whatever you need. I'm here to help you. I don't know exactly where you're from. I think you thought I was from Texas, but I'm the next state over. I don't know how far you're from. You come out, you said you'd fly out. You can fly out here. We'll get you some green chili. So nice layout. Let me show you the price of this one. I personally, Diane, I don't know. I don't want to assume, but I feel like a Flagstaff might be a little more comfortable for you versus the Nobo. But who am I? Yeah, treat you for tacos. Tyler talks tacos. Stand. 55 down to 41,995 is this unit. A little over about 13 grand in savings. This will be a 25. This one isn't that bad, Joe. I just can't remember what your this one might be a little too heavy for your GMC. She did like the 25 F. I'll just go to it because I can't remember the layout. All right, turn you around real quick. Continue to ask questions. Any questions you have. There is no stupid question. I ask a lot of stupid questions. All right, this one is another one she liked. All right, turn you around. Get the sun out of your face. All right. Okay. Tacos with green chili. I was asking my girlfriend that the other day. I was like, how come we don't put green chili in our tacos? We put it in our milkshakes, which is really weird. Okay. 25 FBDS. I will say, because I'm just pointing out things for you to consider since you're new at this, Diane. Sometimes having a slide on the campsite could be annoying to some people because your awning will be going over it. You know what I mean? Like your awning is being wasted a little bit because your slide is on your campsite. Just something to consider. Probably shoot myself in the foot, but I'd rather you know these things before you go and spend 50 grand or something. And then you end up not liking something. This is a nice layout though, because it has a lot of counter space. You got your theater seating. I do like the big windows on the campsite. It's just your back's kind of facing it. So if you want to see out, usually the campsite is the side you want to see. Little things to consider. And then the other thing I hear people, when I bring them in this, is they say the TV's right next to the stovetop. Not a big deal to me, but just what I hear. Got your oven, lots of counter space. You have the extension over there to the right. This is going to be a 24 model, so it will be discounted a lot. And you have your gas electric fridge. You'll always know it's the gas electric because it has that wood covering, or it'll have those metal coils inside of it, and it'll also have a panel on the outside, like a back panel. That's how you'll know it's 12 volts if you can't really figure it out. Flagstaff 30-foot-ish fifth wheels. I do have one. I have one. I'll show you that one after this. I have a 28-foot. It's a really nice floor plan. We have a bunch coming too. We're also picking up Cedar Creek, which I'm pretty excited about. If you don't know what a Cedar Creek is, it's awesome. So really nice. Back bathroom gives you a lot of space. And your front bedroom. And it will have that slide out wardrobe. There's your griddle. That's what it looks like, a flat top. This one is going to be priced at, we'll start moving a little quicker because that way we have light to show you enough stuff. 51 down to 42.99 or 42.95. If you are watching this as a replay 5 years into the future, that is probably not the price no more. Do not hold me to that and call me upset. That's why I don't do pricing. One couple bad apples, They got like super upset with me. I'm like, you watched a video that was like 3 years old. I'm like, of course the price isn't the same. So that's why I don't do pricing anymore. Just makes it easier. But these lives, I don't mind. Who cares? All right, let me show you a 28-foot fifth wheel, kind of mix it up a little bit. I appreciate you telling me you want to see something a little different. Mix it up. So when you get to the Flagstaff fifth wheels, they will all be classics. Let's see, here we go. I actually like this one. But when you're in the 30-foot range, like this is gonna be 28 feet, 9 inches, so a little bit shorter. But I'm almost like, I don't know, I kind of would just get a tow behind. You save a lot of money. It's not like you're gaining extra space totally, but the towing will be a little better. Hitching up will be nice. Let's make sure these lights are on. All right, turn you around. Hit that thumbs up button. Get people watching this video. Let me turn the lights on. I want to surprise you. Oh, they're on. Accent. Bam. Okay. So the length on this is going to be 28 feet, 11 inches, and 8,133 pounds. Kansas City. Woo! I'm gonna have to go out to Kansas. So they always say half-ton towable. You got to be very careful. I wish they wouldn't advertise that all the time, because you get people getting a half-ton truck that isn't really capable for it. They overload their truck. They ruin their transmission. They're white-knuckling down the mountain or over mountain passes. If you are looking at a half-ton towable fifth wheel, really make sure your truck can tow it. Yeah, I like the FBD. The big campsite window is nice. Just the slide out, I don't know if that's an issue to you. But always, you know, the best thing you could do is call where you bought your truck from, give them the VIN number, and they'll be able to give you like the exact tow rating. You got to know payload, hitch weight, all that good stuff. But really cool. This is only 28 feet. It's perfect for a couple. But when you get into one of those classics, it has that higher interior ceiling, so it feels just like a fifth wheel. So nice oven right there. 3 top burner, Magic Chef appliances throughout, solid surface countertops, 1 slide out, which is rack and pinion in this living room area. As we move on up the steps, we do got your bathroom. Let's see, does this one have the sign? Uh-oh, we're gonna have to put a sign on that one. Yeah, you'll save so much money. Watch, we'll show you, is the price on this one? We'll see where the price tag is. But you'll save money. It's not like you're getting a better quality trailer. You are getting a better towing experience, and you won't have to mess around with the weight distribution bars. You will also, you'll lose your truck bed though too. So if that's important, queen size bed. It's not bad. We sell mostly the tow behinds here. And I think that's most of my audience. Where is the price tag in this? Let's see. It's bad. When I do videos, I always put them in cabinets. See? Dang it. The sales guys get so annoyed with me. So let's see what this fifth wheel is. 70 down to 58,995. So it's almost like a, what, $10,000 more? And you're not getting a better trailer. You're getting the same exact trailer, just the fifth wheel. All right, let's move on to some other stuff. Let me know if you want to see anything. It is my Friday. It's my Friday. I get antsy at home though. I don't know what to do when I'm at home. I just work out a lot and run. That's all I do. Yeah, if you're getting a fifth wheel, you know, 36 feet makes a difference. I'll show you one too, but 36 feet I think is like a nice length for a fifth wheel, because then you get that full fifth wheel experience. Pretty much all the ones I've been showing you, the 25 MBR, basically all of the Flagstaffs I showed you are awesome couples coaches. We got a little bit more time still. Let's keep going. I want to show you guys this thing just for fun. I'll show you a fifth wheel. Look at this. This is insane. All right. Let me show you a fifth wheel. Let me know if you want to see anything, have any questions. Again, if I deserved it, there will be a link down below in the description for a Google review. Also, if you, or you could just type it into Google, ALBQUE. Oh man, I can't spell it. All interior. There we go. Watch this. Woo, boy. Look at that. That's a fifth wheel. It's also a house. 45 feet, 18,000 pounds dry. How crazy is that? You need a dually for this thing. Wow. Yeah, it's half-ton towable, like I said, but I wish they would kind of be a little bit more cautious when they say that, because you do still need to be careful, because they advertise half-ton towable, but you're like right at the edge, you know? You do not want to max your truck out. Man, I could live in this. This is so much nicer than my house. I'll show you the price of this bad boy. This is like if you sell your house and hit the road. Yeah, fifth wheels are just a lot more. And you're not, like, you still get a very nice trailer. Look at this shower head. They're going to come into this unit and they're going to be like, Tyler, why is the shower head missing? It's in my house. You got your dual vanity. Holy smokes. If you were just looking at this like this, you would think we're in a house. A nice house too. You got your washer dryer prep, or washer dryer already in the unit. It's got 3-inch walls instead of 2-inch. It's got thermo-paned windows, meaning they're dual pane windows. So you can literally go to Alaska in the wintertime on this thing, It's got a water manifold, so you can shut off different areas of the fifth wheel if you happen to get a leak or anything. The paint job, it's got full body paint, Mercedes-Benz paint, real wood cabinetry, dovetail. Man, this is nice. Not very many fifth wheels get better than this. Like, comparable would probably be like a DRV. But this just completely smokes Montana. You know, the Grand Designs. So there, look at how much discounted we have this. 209 down to 141,995. 18,000 pounds with 5,745 pounds of cargo. I would love to be eating my Cheerios right there watching TV. Woo, that is nice. All right, any request? Maybe we'll get a good sunset. For those of you that don't know, Albuquerque is known for its sunsets. Big skies. We'll go look at a 36-foot fifth wheel real quick, just so you can see the difference. I have a used, okay, if you want a fifth wheel that's a good deal, I have one, and it's a very unfortunate thing. I sold it to this customer about 2 years ago, and he unfortunately passed and only used it like 3 times. Not in it, but yeah, so we're selling it, and it's a Flagstaff also. But this is a 36-foot fifth wheel, and I think 36 is a nice length for fifth wheels. Once you get under 30, it's kind of just get a tow behind, save some money. All right, Flagstaff Classic. This is a nice layout. This will be a rear living room. Ugh, dang. I have been running like crazy after work. I should do a short video and show you guys I'm running at night. I usually run for about an hour, and my parents live across from me and they think I'm nuts. All right. This is gonna be a Flagstaff Classic 8529, and this is right at that 36-foot length. 10,266 pounds and 36 feet, 2 inches. Turn you around, look at this. Woo! Man, I like the lighting now that it's kind of gloomy. Really pops those lights. So opposing slides on both sides. Dang, I can't remember the price. It's gonna be like substantially less, like a lot less than obviously another fifth wheel. It'll probably be like in the tow behind price point. And again, he used it like 3 times. Opposing slides on both sides. So that does add a lot of weight. So this is more of your bigger 36-foot fifth wheel. If you need something a little lighter, you could still get a 36 and maybe just get 1 slide, and it'll give you more room to tow it with. You got your island, undermount sink, fireplace. One thing that I do not like that they used to do, I don't know, I'm just not a fan of this. Look at this fake brick look. It reminds me of like my middle school. I don't know. I don't like the brick. Some people like it. I just think it looks funny. But really nice unit. Solid surface countertops. It's got the solar. It's got the tank heaters. Freestanding chairs, as well as a bed in the back that will, or a couch in the back that will turn to a bed. You guys aren't going to ever want to buy anything from me because I pick them apart. Oh, nice big bathroom. And your bedroom. So if you're looking for a used one, used 3 times, looks just as good as the new ones I just showed you, I have one. Nice older gentleman. He was, single, so, took care of it. Poor guy. He was so cool too. I love when I get good customers to work with. The worst is getting a customer that just comes in on their defense. Like sometimes I get customers that are just kind of like rude right off the bat. They're like, I want the no, what is it? I don't know. They just haggle with me from the start. And I'm like, let's find something you like first and worry about that later. I can't remember. I had it in my head and now I can't remember. If we pass one of our managers, I'll ask him real quick. We'll do a quick turn around. Yeah, very nice fifth wheel. 36 feet. I'll show you a 30-foot Flagstaff real quick because I did have someone that wanted to see that. This is pretty cool too. They're doing those patios a lot now. The side back patio. Getting you guys sick? So we have a lot of great brands. And a lot of these brands, it's hard to get them. And us being locally owned, you guys help that a lot as well because they notice, how much we're getting out to people. They're seeing the product. Let's go over here to a 30-foot. Oh, there's my manager. I'll ask him real quick. He gets camera shy, so we won't put the camera on him. Are there any that you know of with a front kitchen? Yeah, I do. It's not facing you. What is the price on that used fifth wheel?
The Flagstaff.
Yeah.
$79.9 is the MSRP.
Uh-huh.
Down to $59.
Okay, cool. Thank you. $79 marked down to $59 will be that used fifth wheel. If you want, did you mean front kitchen fifth wheel? Because if you want, I have one. Front kitchen, no slide, twin beds. Oh, I haven't had one of those in a while. Twin beds. I'll show you one with a slide out bed. Someone wanted to see a 30-ish foot Flagstaff. We still got time. I'll show you this one. This is a nice one. Man, we're looking at all of the inventory. I'm not gonna have anything to show next week. That's why I like you guys to let me know if you're new here, because I do it for, all the people that come on weekly, but I get a lot of new people here. So let me know if this is your first live. If you think it's beneficial, I'll continue to do it. I'll get you a better deal. All right, so 26 RKBS. And then I'll show you another one after this. We're getting close. We are a family-owned dealership. The owner's like my second mom. 7,043 pounds and 29 feet 9 inches. Yeah, I'm talking everyone is family in the industry at this dealership. My sales manager actually used to run like a bunch of Camping Worlds, so he was pretty high up there at the Camping World. And then his aunt told him, "Hey, I'm going to be starting my own dealership." So he jumped ship, came here to help, and then her sister was VP of a bank. So she moved over here to help with the finance side. So we got top tier managers. The finance lady is a freaking wizard. She gets things approved that I'm like, whoa, crazy. So we'll take good care of you. This is gonna have a front bedroom, 2 slide outs, pretty nice. You have this hidden storage. You got the fireplace right there. And hidden storage, pretty cool. Again, if you're watching this 5 years in the future, this trailer probably is flying by then. And the price is double. Don't call me and ask if that's the same price. This is the year 2025. It's got that front bedroom with the slide out. Once you get a slide, most people don't go back to no slide. I do like the queen bed on the slide outs because you do get a lot more walk around space. If you can live with the queen, I think you'll be a little more happier with it because you can make the bed easier and it's a lot more space to walk around versus the king. So, you know, sometimes bigger isn't always better. Just consider that when you go out and look at trailers. If you're considering a fifth wheel, really look at the space you have because sometimes it's a pain to make the bed. Got your hanging wardrobe right there. Pretty nice unit. What do they call this? Is this called a bull nose, like when it's rounded? I always try to use those fancy words on my long form tours, and then I say it wrong and I sound like an idiot. Theater seating, rack and pinion slide system. The only thing that this layout doesn't have is a lot of windows on the campsite. You see? Like there's literally no windows on the campsite. I mean, if you want a lot of privacy, that's cool. But if you do want to see out, this one doesn't have that many. Do you guys allow customers to do independent inspection? If you ever go to a dealership, let me turn you around. If you ever go to a dealership and you want your third-party inspector and they say no, go to the next dealership. You should be able to do whatever you want to make you feel comfortable. I personally have an idea for what you should do. If you buy privately, let me show you the price real quick and we'll get back into that real quick. 62 down to 42. This is a 24, so it's discounted a lot. If you buy privately, get an inspector. Just do it. It'll save you a headache in the long run because sometimes people beat these trailers up and then they polish them up and you think they're perfect. You want to make sure the tanks are all, there's no leaks, anything like that, the air conditioner, the fridge. But me personally, I've had 2 people hire a third-party inspector in my 8 years of selling RVs, and I think it's not necessary if you buy from a dealership. And some people will be like, oh, of course you're going to say that. But you got to think about it from the dealership's perspective. They're going to try to put their best foot forward right from the bat. They want you to come back to buy another trailer, maybe trade in the future. There's no benefit for them to like hide something or not inspect it correctly. And the inspection that we do is crazy long. Like it takes them 3 days to do it. They check everything, pressure test the lines, make sure the tires are all safe, all that good stuff, even if it's new, because these are all handmade. But it takes them 3 days to do this, and they are all certified techs. I think I just said that. So they went to training for this. Some of these third-party inspectors, they put a magnet on the side of their truck and say that they're an inspector for RVs. It is probably not going to be as in-depth as the dealership will be. I shouldn't say for everyone, because what we do here, you know, we're locally owned. We kind of treat it pretty seriously. But whenever you see that they charge you for prep or freight or anything like that, it's a real cost. You're going to pay for it, whether it's hidden in the price or added later. What that prep is when they do that inspection, they go through like 2 pages of every single appliance, your tanks, everything. They make sure it's all safe. And then what they do is they send that form in after you sign for the trailer. So you sign for the trailer, then they mail that form in, and that's what activates your warranty. So the prep doesn't just include your batteries, propane tanks, and stuff like that. What it really does is the tech will go through it all, and then it'll be linked to your name for your 1-year warranty. So that's what it is. But like I said, if it makes you feel more comfortable, you can get a third-party inspector, but I wouldn't worry too much if you're buying from a dealership, because like I said, they're not going to do you wrong from the start. But definitely, if you buy privately, check, because sometimes these refrigerators, they're big and the door isn't big enough to get it out. And if the fridge is broken, they literally need to remove the whole slide out to get it out. Do you have spots there where customers can stay for a few days? Yeah, we actually have, I just took one on trade. I'll actually show you what he traded in. We have an RV park next door to us, literally right next door to us. It's called Enchanted Hills or something. And then we have American RV over the freeway. So what this customer did, they called me and they special ordered a Nobo. He lived in Arizona and he came out, bought it, stayed the night there. And he did find like a cabinet door that needed to be adjusted and stuff. So he just brought it the next day to us. And that's what's cool about locally owned dealerships like us too, is Camping World or all these big corporate dealerships, you're not going to be able to just go knock on the owner's door and say, I'm having an issue. You're going to get on a list and they're going to get to you when they can. Like the owner is here every day. And when they found out that cabinet was a little warped or crooked or whatever, she put them in the schedule. They had her number personally, the owner. So that's not a bad idea. If you come out, handle all the paperwork, make sure it's prepped for you, have it camp ready, so that way you have the tanks filled and then you could go next door and enjoy it. And if you have any issues, just call us. I promise you, you will probably find some small things in the beginning of owning an RV. I don't care if a sales guy says the trailer's perfect, he's lying to you. These are all handmade and they're going down the road with bouncing and stress and all that stuff. So where you buy is just as important as what you buy, because in the future you are going to probably need a dealership to help you. So that's the benefit of buying from a dealership versus private, because we'll be able to help you. You have like a friendship with us. So I'll show you this Winnebago real quick. Let me know if you have any more questions. We might look at one or two more if no one has any requests. So this is the unit that the customer traded in for a Nobo. He just wanted a little more space. This is a 2021 for I think like 18,000. Took very good care of it. He was a military guy. 1708 FB. I like the Winnebagos. They're pretty nice. Let me put the lights on for you guys. But I do not put it up there with a Flagstaff by any means. The reason why Winnebago has such a good name is because they've been around so long, and they had a good quality trailer and motorhome back in the day, but it's not the same quality anymore as it used to be. So nice little layout. You're looking at about 20 feet and doesn't say the dry weight. I'd probably say right around 3,800 pounds. So those of you that have been on my lives, remember how I showed you the Flagstaff aluminum frames, everything? This is a perfect example. Look at that. See how it's all wood framed? It's just one sheet of wood right there. We'll go to a Flagstaff next real quick and I'll show you. That is all wood framed, even though it's an aluminum framed trailer, the innards are all wood framed. So that was a perfect example to show you guys. Another thing to consider, Diane, I don't know if you have someone going with you, east-west beds will be a pain in the butt for you, rolling over your partner, even making the bed. Think about how far you have to reach to put the sheets on. Just keep that in mind. But not a bad little layout. He just wanted to slide out, a little more space. He was a pretty tall dude too. So, and even your countertop, see how it's like wrapped cabinetry? It's not solid surface countertops like the Flagstaff is. What's going on, Clay? I hope that's your name. Oh, I gotta turn the lights off real quick. So we'll go to a Flagstaff real quick, just so I could put my point across on the aluminum framing real quick. Let me know if you guys have anything else. We are getting close. I appreciate all you guys jumping on today. This thing is growing quick. I think I'm kind of not really gonna want it to get maybe a little bit bigger. I'm interested in looking at the little guy, Max. Can anyone suggest something comparable? Little guy Max, I think I've heard of that. Hey, real quick, since you're doing that, go to my community tab. If you go to YouTube and you go to the community tab, I made it to where all of you guys can comment. So like the question you just had, go to my community tab, and I gave permissions to everyone. I might regret that. But you do have to be subscribed for 3 days or longer. But all of you guys are welcome to go to that community tab and ask questions, ask what else is similar to a certain trailer. So I did open that up for you guys. We got 30 minutes. We'll try to get one more done real quick. We'll end it with the FKT. No, we'll do a different one. New sub, I will be buying soon. Just trying to look around. Thanks. No problem. Definitely come on to these lives. You'll be able to see a lot of products. If you are new too, I'm sorry for re-saying this to all you guys, but if you buy in New Mexico, we have what's called the Sunshine Law, and you can get our sales tax, which is 4%, without having a physical address here. No one talks about it because there's no reviewers that live in New Mexico like me, so you won't hear about it. It's the only state that does it. So most states, you know, they'll be anywhere from 6% up to, you know, high 11.9%, and you can continue to re-register it here every single year. So like the trailers I'm showing you, to re-register it would probably be like 35 to 50 bucks a year to register it. They go off of the dry weight on travel trailers and GVWR on motorhomes. So most states go off of the sales tax, which is a lot more. So I know Colorado, Nevada, those places, to re-register a trailer is about 800 bucks. Will you be getting any Rockwood unmapped model? Rockwood is a Flagstaff, same exact trailer, so we would not get that. And we were considering the unmapped. I kind of wish we would have got it because it would have been cool to show you guys. But it's basically very similar to a Surveyor. They do have cooler layouts and stuff, but you'll notice the Surveyor is very similar to the unmapped. So let's go into this unit real quick. I love this layout. 25 FBD. Looking at 25 feet 9 inches and 5,800 pounds dry. Look at this. Woo! Now this is a layout. Nice open floor plan. No worries, Norman. Take your time. Hopefully I'll still have my job. If you guys leave those reviews, it helps. Wisconsin and Illinois charges off sales tax. Yeah, exactly. So it's a lot more. And they'll mail you a little form too. So it's not like you need to do anything, and you don't have to have it inspected. You just, they'll mail you a form and then you can re-register it. But nice open floor plan. Doesn't feel as claustrophobic with that dividing wall. And now, if we come right here, remember that Flagstaff, that Winnebago? See that aluminum framing right there? Right there. It's all aluminum framed, and you can see it goes across. It's not just a thin sheet of wood like the Winnebago, the Grand Design. See, all aluminum framed. Yeah, the dinettes. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. The slide outs, when you used to hear a lot of issues was when they were using Schwintek slides on massive fifth wheels. Like they were putting, you know, the kitchen, the living area all on one Schwintek slide, and you've probably seen it on like forums and stuff. They have issues, but nowadays they put Schwintek slides on small little ones like this. I don't see too many issues, but it is potential. I'm not going to lie to you. But the rack and pinion slide system is always a nice way to go. Desk would have been awesome. I always tell you, you're going to hear like older people out there that have heard those horror stories. Like I get younger kids that come in and their grandparents say, do not get a slide. And it's tough because I'm like, you're going to wish you got one, because a year later, I always see people coming in and they're like, we want one with the slide. We should have done that. So if you can tow it, I suggest you just get the slide. It's going to be way worth it instead of having to trade in after you wish you have that extra space. You won't have to be like crawling over top of each other when you're cooking or anything like that. Nice bathroom. Show you the price of this. All of these I've done long form tours as well. Whew. Losing my voice. And again, like I told you, all aluminum frame, baby. And what's cool about a Flagstaff, if we come over here real quick, they double layer that composite wall. So in the beginning, if you've been here since the beginning, instead of Luan, they use a composite material. Nobo and Surveyor, those trailers I was showing you, have single layered composite walls. If you look right here, Flagstaff double layers their composite walls. So there's a lot of little things that improve the trailer. It also has vaulted ceilings, so it's nice and rounded. Just a lot of small little things where a Flagstaff, I usually say, is the more step up. Here's the price real quick. 2026. looking at 52 down to 43,995. And again, if you're watching this in the future, 6 years from now, don't come calling me mad at the price. Hey, Melissa. Yeah, this is a rack and pinion slide system. The replay will be up. Getting a little dark. Again, if you guys think I deserve it or have gotten any benefit out of it, definitely click the link below for the dealership. If you could leave a 5-star Google review, if I've helped you in any way, or just type in Albuquerque RV and it'll pop up. You have no idea. That really does help me. It helps me as much as like selling a trailer, you know, because then the dealership sees that it's helping us, and I'm not out here just talking to a phone all day. Because, you know, I am a salesman at the end of the day. The only way I make my living is if I sell something. So if you guys do, could leave that review, because some of you guys live too far to actually buy from me. At least you'd maybe send someone else in, because they'll see that review, you know, they'll be like, oh yeah, that's the first thing I do when I go look out, like go to restaurants and stuff. I look at the review. Real quick, I want to show you the sunset. It's almost starting. Woo! It's gonna be a nice sunset tonight. Big skies. All right. So yeah, if you could leave that review, we can order you any trailer you want. Takes about 8 weeks. Oh, had a lot of fun today. This is the longest we've gone. Thank you guys for the donations. You did not have to do that. That made my day. I'll take the girlfriend out to ice cream or something. Buy the dog a bone. I appreciate you guys. Again, this is my Friday, so Monday, Tuesday I'm off. We'll be back on Wednesday with another tour. And I hope you guys have a great evening, and I appreciate you all so much for jumping on and engaging. We'll see you guys next time.